Hello, everybody, and welcome to our January report. We hope that you have had a good start to 2025, and we're very excited to share with you today several updates about three of the stupas. And Sunam is going to kick us off with Stupa 4.
Yes, let's start with the one which is in construction at the moment, Stupa 4. So the pet we already showed in the last report, that's how it started off. And they started with building the retaining walls. These have mainly the function that if rocks are rolling down the mountain, that the people who are there and the stupa is protected. And it's very interesting to see how they build it. You see here, it's like a production line of concrete. There is so much handwork to do. And it was very fun to have these guys there to build the wall and fill it, as said, in a hand production line, fill in the concrete. So that is how the wall looks like finished. Also, the shading area is already put in place. Needs a little bit of more painting, as you can see here. And this is very, very beautiful. I already sat there in the shade that you have the opportunity to sit at the stupa and look at it. Also, you see down here, the benches are prepared for sitting. So these will be then be with marble tiles. I think that will look very beautiful, and it is very beautiful to sit on marble because it inspires a deep meditation. And at the moment, you are looking at the stupa in that state. So we have filled the stupa already with the first two treasure houses. The first treasure house is here at the bottom, and the second one is here. At the moment, they are preparing for the bumpa or the vase. And we have put in 9,228 pages of the DCI scripts in 4 languages so far. And I found that very exciting, and it also leaves me in awe how productive Geshe-la is, how much he has written, and that we have the opportunity to preserve these writings for the next 500 years. We also put in a mock-up of the stairs because when we come to Stupa 5 and 6, it's very steep. So we plan there to put in marble stairs, and that was the first test. You also see the nice hand railing. So that was our first test, and a lot of lessons learned about that mock-up stairs. So to summarize, construction of Stupa Beyond Sadness initiated by Malaysia started. Karine, thank you. We have finalized the names for the donor wall. I sent it out to everybody. We have had a few feedback, so this is finalized, and the printing carving is in progress. The statue has been delivered, and we have filled the first two treasure houses. So what's going on in the next weeks? The third treasure house we will fill and insert the Sokshing. Then we are waiting the delivery of the marble pavers for the benches. With the actual situation, it's really so hard to get things delivered in time. It was, I think at the first one, they said November, then it was end of January. At the moment, it's mid-February. So karma, fingers crossed that the marble pavers are here in time and are on the benches when we finish construction and have the great opening during the April retreat. Hanli, what's going on with the next one? I think it's Stupa 7, King of Lapis.
Yes, yes, we are very excited to resume Stupa 7. We had a little pause there for a moment. They have already created the place where Stupa 7 is going to be constructed. That was done when we were building the roads already. It's much higher up the mountain as well. And so one of the things that we have discovered is that this is going to be a little bit more complicated than the other stupas because it's higher up on the mountain. And where they've created the place where the stupa is going to be built, as they pushed a lot of the soil to create that space. Half of that is has no mountain underneath it, if that makes sense. Because if you imagine the mountain is down like that and you've pushed the soil out like that, so the piece that is sort of sticking out has to be reinforced in a very particular way to make sure it can take the full weight of the stupa.
For the
So,
next 500 years.
okay. So that's what they're going to be focusing to make sure that the foundation is 100% solid so that by the time they start building, we will have no issues. So that's one of the pieces. What is also very exciting is that we've already ordered the tiles. You'll see that very beautiful blue tile wall in the background there. So those tiles have already been ordered and they are on site. So that's very exciting. So one of the next steps would be to apply for the permit, because each stupa has to have its own permit. Very important. And then after that, we can move to construction when all that is in place. One of the things that has also happened is that we've had to order replacement pieces for some of the stupa parts because they were damaged during transportation. It takes very long sometimes, and sometimes things get moved around, and also sometimes when they come into the country and they're offloading, they might damage some pieces. So there were one or two that were damaged, but we've ordered the replacement pieces. We're just waiting for them to be delivered. So nothing dramatic because we haven't started yet, and I'm sure they'll arrive in time for when construction does begin. So very excited about Stupa 7, which is going to be the highest of all the stupas. Then, very excitingly, we have started thinking about and planning for Stupa 2, so the second one in the sequence, Jewel Moon. And Sunam has sent out some voting. The choices are between Caviar, which is her favorite, and Desert Rose, which is my favorite. And so far, we are at 66%. So if you still want to vote for Sunam's favorite, she's going to leave that voting open, I think, until the end of January. So please vote for that one so that we can see which of these two we're going to use to build Stupa 2. Now, because things have changed globally a little bit, and there's been quite a lot of adjustments around deliveries and shipping, we're expecting this to take a little bit longer to arrive in the United States than it did before. And in this case, it might take anything up to a year. So we're going to make sure that we get that order in as soon as possible, as soon as we know what your choices are, so we can start that process and make sure we can maybe still sneak it in this year, but it might only happen next year. So just a word of warning there.
But I think it also fits nicely in the overall plan. We'll finish Stupa for Malaysia, then we build King of Lapis, Dr. Wu Stupa. So, and then I think we are exactly at the time where then we can start number 2. So I think it fits in nicely. That's why we want to order it, that we are ready when the construction for that one can start.
100%. So very exciting. So Sunam will show you a quick summary of what we've discussed now, in case you just want to read through it. So there you'll see the site plan is in progress. The voting for the marble is in progress. You have a little bit more time to vote. We're going to order and we're going to finalize the planning for that particular site, because each site has to be planned very carefully.
Yeah.
And that's the end of my piece. So Sunam, how about money?
Ultima cosa, the money. So here you see the overview. At the moment, we have 7.3 million in. Everything is going nicely. So the only, I would say, kind request would go towards Malaysia. So we are finalizing the stupa in April. It would be great if you would show your generosity and we could finish the 1.5 million for the stupa till April as well. That's from my side. I wish especially everybody who is celebrating the new year tomorrow a beautiful, happy year of the snake, which is coming up. And I think we are back with our next report when the stupa has been finalized. Anli, anything to add from your side?
No, just very excited to share more with you when the next one is finalized. So look out for that coming up in a few months.
Cool. Thank you so much. See you. Happy New Year.